Hello and thank you for watching emarking with Chrissy. Today I'm going to give you a full tour of the COLOP emark Create app. This app was designed with crafters in mind, so you could be a card maker, you might make all your own handmade gifts, you could be wanting to print onto ribbons, labels, wristbands, whatever your craft, this app is ideal for you. It's compatible with the COLOP emark Create device. You can see this one here with a beautiful beveled top, and also with the emark. Now this Create app is the only app you can use with the Create device, but with the emark device this is one of two apps. I'll cover the second app, the emark app, next time. So I've just downloaded the Create app from the App Store because I'm using iOS. If you're using an Android, then you'll need to download it from the Google Play Store. If you're using Huawei, then the App Gallery, and if you are using your desktop, that's your PC or your laptop with Windows 10 or above, then there will be a link for you to connect with. So I'm now on the Design It, Print It and Make It page. So I've selected my language, which is English. So once you've selected your language, click on Next. Then takes you to the COLOP emark's Terms of Use and Privacy Policy. Once you've read all of that, click in the box, Continue. Then please read and accept the Wi-Fi information, and again, once you've done that, click in the box and we're going to go to Continue, and then it takes us to the Connect to emark page. If you are using the COLOP emark Create device, then you will leave that word Create in and you'll just put your SSID, which you'll find in the quick setup guide which comes with every single device. So you'll locate that just behind here, like so. Please do keep this safe in case you need to reinsert. Now because I'm using an emark device, I will need to remove the word Create and pop in there emark, all lowercase, and then pop in my SSID. It is case sensitive, so please do be mindful of this. And then I'm going to pop in my password. There is a little eye on the right hand side here if you wish to see what you're typing in. Once you've done that, make sure that your device is turned on. So if I just turn my device on, you'll hear a beep beep. There we go. My device is on and I've got my green light. And then we're going to click Connect. So click Connect. Let's just move that. Then Create wants to join Wi-Fi network. So we click on Join and then we wait for the emark to connect. Now what we're looking for is a blue light on the back right because I'm using my mobile device. There I have my blue light. If you're using Windows 10 or 11 and you're using it with the USB cable, you will have a pink light on the back right. And if you're using it with the Wi-Fi, then you'll have a blue light. Okay, so now I have a prompt. Create would like to find and connect two devices on your local network. It is very important that you click OK. So now it's all nicely connected. You can see connection established and saved. So let's click on Next on the bottom right. I do urge you to click on the Send Imprint to emark. This will be your very first imprint, your test imprint. And this is the image that will print out. So let's just go ahead and click on there. You heard the beep beep, so that's now been received by my emark. And then you'll do your imprint on a nice flat surface. And then we click on Next. So now we are ready to do our imprints. So let's just have a look at this page. The top here we have 3 lines, that's your menu. So if I just click on there, this is where you can see your emark Connect page, New Imprint, My Imprints, Settings and Help. On the bottom, you'll see import. So if you've already been using the app and you've saved some imprints into a file, this is where you'll use this import. Okay, so two ways of creating your first imprint. You can either click on here, so let's just do it as if I'm starting from scratch. Click here. Then it takes me to the new imprint page. As you can see, we have an option of a 1, 2 or 3 lines. So if you wanted to use a 3 line, click on 3 lines and there you have your 3 lines. I'm just going to go back. This arrow here always takes you back. Just click on here, all the time it takes you back. So let's just go into 1 line. Up here we've got properties. If I click on here, again you can access 1, 2, 3 lines from this particular page here. If you wanted to print onto ribbons continuously, you could click on there. This start point of imprint, or start position of imprint, most of the imprints default is center. The only imprints that will start in the lateral position are the labels, unless you change it, and you can change it at any time. But let me go back to center, click done. As you can see, we have removed white space, so if I click on there, you can crop both. That means it will take the white space from the beginning and the end, right only, left only, or no cropping. So whichever one you choose, always click done. Mirror imprint. If you click on here, you have an option of no mirror imprint. You can flip it horizontally, you can flip vertically, or you can flip both. And again, whatever you choose, click done. So in properties, I can see I have my width. Your imprint line is 150 millimeters. That's if you're using 1 line. If I was using 2 lines, my second line would be 75. With 3 lines, my third line would be maximum of 50. If I was using 1 line and I was printing onto a label or a little card that was 50 millimeters, for example, on this page, I can, by put my finger on this little white circle here, moving that down, I could move that to, if I'm printing onto something that's measuring 50, I'd maybe make that 48. Don't worry if you can't get the correct size or the precise size. If you click in this little white box here, you can actually delete what's in there, like so. Go to the numbers and then you could put that in there. Once you're happy with that, you'd click OK. The size of this imprint line is now 50. So how do I get an imprint? What do I need to do? I'm going to do some text. So you click on A for text. Edit text. We always click in the edit text here, and I'm just going to pop my name in here, Chrissy. There we go. Oops. Predictive text. Click on the tick, and there's my name. So I can make that bigger. I can change the font. All these fonts are here for you to use. You can also add your own font at any time. As you can see, there are lots of lovely fonts there. So let me use Dancing Script. My imprint has to stay within that box. If it goes out, it will only print what is seen. So now for colour. Click on colour, and as you can see, we have a whole, well, it's a really good range of colours, lots of different shades. Be no surprise to most of you that my favourite colour is pink. This section here, if you have a specific colour code, you click on here and you can add your colour code. So when you're wanting to print that, you will click on the emark icon at the top here, just like so. Beep beep means that my emark has received it. That will also save that imprint, But if I just wanted to save it to print off later, then I'd simply click on Save, and it says at the bottom, Imprint Saved. If you're using your phone, for example, and you're wanting the image to appear bigger, by clicking on Zoom, you will get a bigger image. Now you can use this bar here. Can you see this bar, this blue bar? Pop your finger on that white circle and you can make it, you can change the size. If you just don't want it to be the full zoom, then you can move that up and down. And you can move along the page by popping your finger on this little dot here and moving that across. Okay. We also have on this particular page grid. Now I use the grid a lot. If you're wanting precision printing, then use the grid. This grid will not print out. You can change the grid size by clicking on the number there. So if I select, the one I tend to use is 3.6. Select the grid size, click Done. And I use this one because there are 4 squares in the imprint line. Okay, so if I wanted that to be centre, for example, I could do that by moving that around. You can see I'm using my finger for moving the imprint around. Okay, we have undo, redo on this page as well. Now moving to the bottom again, you can edit text. If I click on edit text here, I could add something at this point if I wanted to. If I just click on the tick and go back, I can also add. If I click on add here and go to images, click on clip art, it takes me to my clip art gallery. Now this is on both apps. If you just click on animals, for example, you can see that there are quite a few animals in there. And we've also got food and drink, love and celebrations, nature, balloons, frames and separators, motivation, pictos and standard texts, smiley faces. But let's go into nature. And let me just move down to one that I really like, which is the flowers here. Matches beautifully with my name. Let me just make that slightly smaller. So that would be now ready for me to either save or print. Remember, by clicking on that emark icon, not only will it print, but it will also save your imprint. So if I just come out of here now, you can see that we have some template categories. Love and wedding, celebrations, kids club. We've got food and drink, quotes and savings and accessories. So I'll quickly just go into love and weddings. You can use all of these templates in here and you can edit them. So if I click on this one, if I click on the heart there, I can very easily edit the image and I can change those hearts to red. Just go back, just discard those changes, go back again. And we also have the accessory templates. By clicking on here, it takes you to your label accessory template. So if I click on here, I can make again any changes I want. I can also add. So if I'm going to change the colour. Oops, I want black, I want red. And I could also add on here my name if I wanted to. So handmade with love. And then if I just click on add text by Chrissy. Click on the tick. All of your imprints will appear over to the left. Pop your finger on there and just move it across. And then you can edit it and you can change the font and the colour. You've got your move, so you can move things left to right, up and down. It will only move, you can only edit if you have this green box around it. And we also have scale. By clicking on scale, you can make your item bigger or smaller. Remember, it has to remain in that imprint box. We have rotate. By clicking on these little icons, you can rotate. Or you can simply, if you just want to rotate it slightly, pop your fingers in there. Just make sure I've got it on rotate. And just rotate ever so slightly. Okay. By going into settings, we have sort. That means if you wanted to, for example, let me just move this up. And then just move this. If I wanted my name to appear behind love, I would click on settings, sort, and then I'd put my name behind the love by clicking on background. There you go. Then you simply click on back and then back on here, and the love has now appeared in front of my name. So back into settings, we've got lock. If you're sharing the app with somebody else and you do not want an imprint to be disturbed, then click on lock. And you can also duplicate. Click on duplicate, and I've just duplicated love. And then we have delete. Click on delete, delete, and it's removed it. So I've now given you an idea of, or a good idea of how to actually use the app itself. But if I click on this back arrow, discard those changes, back again, and again, it's now taken me to my imprint. If I click on there, got the eMark Connect, new imprint, my imprints, settings. These are settings for your app. So if you look down here, you can see import fonts by clicking on there. You can go to browse. If you've already added additional fonts to your files, this will take you to your files when you click on browse. My eMark, just click on there. This is my eMark, and then if I click on there again, it takes me to the eMark settings page. There's my eMark SSID, and there's my firmware number. Very important that we keep an eye on that. Your password and your eMark. eMark sound. Always recommend that you keep that on, because that beep tells you when you come to the end of your imprint. Your eMark Wi-Fi channel. The default is 6. Now, where I am at home here, my Wi-Fi channel for my home Wi-Fi is 5. But because we have quite a lot of activity with being on a main road, I selected 11 because that channel for my eMark works for me. That will only change your eMark. It won't have anything to do with anything else that you have on your device. So to change that, you could simply use the scroll bar at the bottom, as you can see. Make your selection, I'll go back to 11, and then click Done. And then click Save. But before I do that, if I show you down here, we don't need to touch the quick cleaning. That's just the amount of ink that is used when it's doing its cleaning program. Both devices have its internal cleaning program. We also have a sleep mode. Now the default is 3. That means if you haven't used your eMark within 3 minutes, then your eMark will go to sleep. But to wake it up, you simply take it off the base and return it. You can only connect if your eMark is awake. Once you've made all your changes, you simply click on Save. So I've given you a good tour of the eMark Create app. If you have any questions, then please always do ask, and join me next time when I'll show you the eMark app. Thank you.